Well, if you've been saving up your pennies to open a CrossFit affiliate, you might just need to save a few more. Big changes in the world of CrossFit affiliates. The price is going up, as well as introducing a new requirement. And of course, many people have opinions on this, some very valid, others well-intentioned but maybe missing some key pieces of information. And of course, let's throw in the argument of, do we even merit having an opinion if we don't ourselves own an affiliate? Well, it's been a couple of days since this news broke, and that means we've had time to get over that initial emotional reaction. We've had time to listen to different people discussing their thoughts and opinions on the matter, and now I've had time to piece together the different pieces of information that are floating around, put it all together for you here today. And I will be referencing a number of conversations and podcasts or YouTube channels today, but it is in no way an extensive list on the subject. So in its most simplest form, the news is this. The cost of being an affiliate with CrossFit has risen from $3,000 to $4,500. Although that isn't exactly the case, there is more nuance than that, so I will come back to this in a moment. The other big change is regarding the requirement for owning a CrossFit affiliate. Previously, you only needed to have your CrossFit Level 1, but that is changing, and now the requirement will be having a Level 2 at the minimum, and we can get into the reasoning for that too. So I want to start by talking about the increase in the fee, but before I do, I just want to say if an affiliate owner has been struggling to justify paying the $3,000, they're probably not sticking around at $4,500. And maybe that's less about the money and more about them not seeing the value in being an affiliate. They shouldn't be struggling to justify something that they're doing. Another thing we could think about is potentially you have owners that wanted to unaffiliate their gyms but had a membership and community there that want to be part of the greater CrossFit community, so they couldn't really justify it to their members. Maybe this increase in price is a convenient get-out-of-jail-free card for them. So that might just be something that you want to keep in mind when you see what other affiliates start doing. So the first question we might be asking is, well, should CrossFit have raised the prices in the first place? Now, something important to keep in mind here is that this is the first time they are doing it in 11 years. But that's partly the problem, isn't it? Because if they had raised the price maybe 5 years ago to $3,750, and now 5 years later they're raising the price again to $4,500. Even though it's the same end result, it wouldn't be quite as shocking to people, and maybe we wouldn't be having these discussions. But it is also hard to believe that we wouldn't see prices going up when pretty much everything else in the world has gone up in price. And while it was still sort of 98% theoretical that this increase was going to happen, Peter from Coffee Pods and Wads debuted his first episode of Around the Whiteboard. And on that first episode, Lauren Smith, Andrew Hiller, and Craig Howard actually gave compelling reasons as to why CrossFit should increase the cost of affiliation. But wait a second, Andrew Hiller said that? Doesn't he hate CrossFit? Isn't he trying to actively get people to de-affiliate? Well, no, not exactly. But he is raising the questions of where is that money going? Is it going to the salary of certain employees of CrossFit? Or is it just being used to prop up the games? And if that is the case, is that where you want to see your affiliate fee going? And for many, these are valid questions, and there's nothing wrong with asking them. Now, a couple of concerns that I have heard are things like, this is going to be really difficult for new affiliates. And it is understandable. If you are a long-time affiliate, you've got more than 125 members, then in the worst case scenario, you just need to add $1 onto everybody's membership, and at the end of the year, you've covered that additional cost. Or if your membership fee is $125, can you add one additional member for the year, and once again, you've covered the cost. And while yes, understandably, it could be a concern for newer gyms to have an increase in their affiliate fee, a nice provision that CrossFit has put in place is the ability to pay for it monthly at zero interest. So maybe that is something that these newer affiliates could benefit from. Another concern that I was hearing, what about Africa or South, Central America, or, well, insert whichever country you are worried about because of their economy? Are we somehow pricing these people out of doing CrossFit? And that's a legitimate concern, but In a conversation that Brian Friend had with Don Full, we see that there is actually going to be a tiered system. They are taking into account these different parts of the world and the struggles they are having. And this could actually result in some affiliates paying less money, not more, than they used to pay. And here's another thought for you. If you think that it's a big increase from 3,000 to 4,500, what about CrossFit affiliates that were grandfathered in on much lower affiliate fees? What about them? Isn't this going to be a massive jump? Now, I was speaking to Bill Grunler about this. Currently, his gym pays $1,000 for their affiliate fee. So are they going to have an increase of $3,500 next year? Well, not quite. Initially, it is going to be risen to $2,000. And then the following year, it will hit the $4,500. So these gyms are being given a little bit more time just to get things in order. So when we look at CrossFit's approach to the gyms that have been grandfathered in, the gyms in parts of the world where financially maybe they are struggling to currently pay the affiliate fee, we can see that CrossFit is taking a more nuanced approach to raising affiliate fees globally. So the biggest question affiliate owners really need to be asking themselves is it worth the money? And of course, I can't answer that. It's a bit like a piece of artwork, maybe a painting. Who decides that this one is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars more than another? It's the value we attribute to it. But when you do listen to affiliate owners, people like Craig Howard, like J.R. Howe, Matthew Souza, you can see that they do feel there is tremendous value in having the name CrossFit on their door. Now, we can couple that with the promise CrossFit is making to try and add value to their affiliates. But of course, only time will tell exactly what form that takes and how they deliver on that promise. Now, what about this second point, this requirement to have a level 2? Well, also, CrossFit are offering a $500 discount to affiliates for an owner or a coach to take an L2 or an L1. And they are giving owners a year to make sure that they get their L2. So we can see a degree of understanding coming from CrossFit here. But this has been met with mixed reactions, and while it's not exactly a split like this, generally it is interesting to see that those who already have an L2 definitely perceive the value in having it, not just for them as coaches, not just as box owners, but for the global CrossFit community. I'll come back to that point in a minute. And it's understandable that someone who has an L1, owns an affiliate, and has coached thousands of hours might not necessarily see the need to have an L2. Is this just another cash grab from CrossFit? But again, listening to Matt Souza talk about it with Savan on the Savan podcast, or J.R. Howe and Taylor Self on Shut Up and Scribble, we can see that they feel this actually addresses a little bit of an issue that we've had in the global CrossFit community. And that is to do with quality control, or the disparity we might find from one CrossFit affiliate to another. Now, while we don't want to have a franchising system where everyone is doing the same thing, and every gym owner is free to do what they want, and that's something we appreciate about CrossFit, what we don't want is to see there being such a difference that someone can go to a CrossFit affiliate, have such a bad experience that it turns them off CrossFit for life. So then by CrossFit making sure that all box owners have an L2, together with the increased affiliate fee, could actually result in a level of quality control for all CrossFit affiliates globally. And just a few other concerns that were sent my way. For example, practically some are just worried about rising costs in general. They're saying their rents are going up, utilities are going up, so the affiliate fee going up on top of this, it's just not a great time for them and their gym. And that is understandable. But at the same time, if we flipped it the other way, would we expect an energy company not to raise prices because we tell them that CrossFit put up our affiliate fee? Well, they're not going to care, are they? So it's not fair of us to think that CrossFit shouldn't be allowed to increase their affiliate fee simply because other people are raising costs that you have to deal with as well. And I also heard from a few people that they didn't even get an email from CrossFit, and the first they heard about their affiliate fee going up was on Instagram. Now, that is disappointing, if not unsurprising. Unfortunately, communication in CrossFit tends to be an issue. It has been getting better, but as we can see in these examples, it's still not perfect yet. And in these cases, all we can hope is that they do iron out these bugs and you start getting clear communication, because nobody wants to find out they've suddenly got to pay an extra $1,500 because of an Instagram post. But most importantly, people just want to make sure they are getting value for what they are paying. So if you are an affiliate owner, or even if you're just a member at your affiliate, what would you like to see? What would indicate that you are getting the value from the fee you are paying to CrossFit? But hopefully now we have a clearer picture of exactly what is going on. And that way, if we want to share our opinion and chip in the discussion when people are talking about it, at least our opinion is an informed one.